What's good, Kade?
What's up, Danny? How you doing?
Good. You ready for the show?
Oh, of course I am.
Me too. Hey, bro, I just got paid yesterday.
Ooh, okay.
I'm ready to cash out. Add some new shoes to my collection. Let me know what you think.
Necessary.
Yeah. So I'm going with the Panda Dunks. Obviously a beater shoe. Yeezy slides. Need some slides. And then I'm going with the Spider-Verse ones. And then I gotta cop some Off-White Volts.
All right, you tell me four shoes total. You almost paid $1,800 for all that.
I mean, I need to dip into my savings a little bit, but hey, I just got paid like $400, bro.
Hey, I was gonna say, hey, I don't got an issue with it. Space it out a little though. I mean, you save that. We're still in college. Save that money a little bit. You know, like
I shouldn't go crazy.
Not on that first pay, especially if it's your first paycheck. Don't do it then.
All right.
I was gonna say, hey, I like it though. Just give it some time.
Maybe just the slides.
Yeah, you know I like that. Start off with the slides, or even the dunks. Since you said you want them as beaters, do something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, 1,800. Man, you gotta chill.
Welcome back to 94 Feet, ladies and gentlemen, and for the sneakerheads out there, happy Air Max Day to everybody. My name is Kade Cameron, joined here by Danny Stipanovich, and as we always start every show off with, Danny, what you rocking today?
Ooh, today, I got the journalism pick, Kade. I got work to do after the show, so nothing too crazy. Got the Vans on, got some pants, and then a polo up top. Nothing showing out today.
Hey, I like it. I was gonna say, the checkered Vans, can't go wrong with those.
Exactly.
Of course, paying homage to Air Max Day, I gotta bring out the Air Max 90 Bacons.
Okay.
Gotta keep it class. I even tried to go in with the fit, all blacks to kind of put that emphasis on the Bacons. And yeah, of course, I just got some those Nike ACG cargo pants. Stussy shirt that I thrifted, which I can't
Really? Off a thrift?
Exactly, Goodwill thrift too. It ain't too bad. So happy I was able to pick up that one, and of course just the Casio watch, chain, earrings, all that stuff. Kind of similar to last week, we'll start off with March Madness. Kind of go into how Kyrie's impact on the Nets is going to be affected now, considering that COVID mandates have been lifted in New York. And then, of course, also because it is Air Max Day, we're going to talk about our best Air Max sneakers. And, of course, also Kobe and Nike signed another contract right there. So we'll be getting to that one as well. That should be good, But we'll start off with the NCAA tournament. Going into the Elite Eight now. How you feeling about everything, Danny?
Oh, man, Kade. My UCLA Bruins were so close. Give me a little bit to talk about the UCLA Bruins, man. Or I'll just say about this whole March Madness has been crazy.
For sure.
It's really going to be an outlier year. Last week I said only 2 teams out of the last 20 years have been outside of a top 20 offense and defense to win it all. There was 5 teams. There was Baylor, who lost in the second round, Gonzaga, who just lost to Arkansas, UCLA, who just lost to UNC, and then there's Houston and Kansas left. So 2 teams fit that mold, but I think it's going to be an outlier year. You got Duke in here, Arkansas. If you had to pick a team, who do you think is going to win it all with these 8 left?
It's kind of weird because I was looking at just kind of how things are playing out. Kansas, I feel like, hasn't seen any real strong competition yet, so I don't see them necessarily going that they're going to make it to the Final Four, but I don't see him playing either Villanova or Houston that well. I got my eyes on Duke, though, unfortunately. Yeah. I hate to say it, but I think a lot of people had Texas Tech winning that game against them strictly based off how well they played their defense this entire season. Duke played them pretty well. Going up against an Arkansas team who I feel like Duke can handle pretty well. And, of course, now you're talking either North Carolina or St. Peter's. Let's be honest here. Even if St. Peter's moves on again and finds a way to keep that Cinderella story alive, I don't think they're keeping up with Duke. So, I think at this point, it looks like Duke's going to be that one option I feel like a lot of people are looking at right now.
As much as I can't stand Coach K, and I can't wait until he retires. I'm kidding. But
don't be kidding. I can't wait till he retires.
Right? I'm actually rooting for Duke, man. If you're the committee, you have to be upset that all your superstars, all your best teams are losing this year. So I actually want Duke to be Arkansas, make the Final Four. I want to see Banchero. I want to see the superstars in the Final Four. I hate to be that guy, but I don't want to see Arkansas, Houston, North Carolina, Miami, something like that. I want the superstars, but I'll go back to UCLA, man. I really thought UCLA had it. They were up 3 late. Their best player their best 2 players, Jaquez and Juzang, couldn't put the ball in the basket. And Caleb Love, man. Where did this come from, Caleb Love just Man, he dropped 25 points in the second half. I'm scared of this UNC team, honestly.
Yeah.
They have scorers all over. They got the big guy. They got R.J. Davis. Now Caleb Love, who he was like, I think he was like averaging 15 points a game. He just went off for 30 last night.
I was gonna say, didn't he put up 27 in the second half?
Yeah, it was 27.
Insane.
Yeah, it's like UNC is definitely on the map. For one of those teams that could upset Duke. They'll probably run into Duke if they can beat it after they beat St. Peter's.
Yeah,
I think St. Peter's magic run will end up here. But another team that I like, Villanova. They got Gillespie. I know Villanova. They know how to beat teams. They beat teams slow. They make their free throws. They rebound. I kind of like UNC Villanova to make it to the championship round. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, seeing how UNC has been playing this entire postseason, I mean, you've put up 95 against Marquette, 93 against Baylor. It was no surprise that I feel like they had a very solid chance of beating UCLA and did that, of course. I mean, now you're set up with a St. Peter's team who I think that, again, like I said, that Cinderella story is coming to an end. So I definitely have UNC in the Final Four. Duke, I see them going there. I mean, like I said, I feel like a lot of people would personally really enjoy watching Coach K's final game as Duke's head coach, being to a massive loss against North Carolina in the Final Four. But yeah, I mean, I see Duke going on between those two. It's weird because I feel like Houston-Villanova is almost a coin flip at this point. Because, I mean, you've seen the way Houston's played this entire postseason. They've done fantastic.
Wow.
I mean, they've done some
totally
good
impressed
stuff.
me.
So it's, I mean, I think a lot of, at least Arizona fans that I was talking to, they had those, they were kind of scared about Houston just because you look at the way they play. They're like TCU, but just on a different level, you know. They're not gonna have the tallest dudes, they're not gonna have the biggest dudes, but they're gonna play scrappy. They're gonna have that hardcore defense that's gonna get in your face.
I mean, last year I think they were a Final Four team, and it's the same team back. They have the experience. U of A did not have the experience. It was led by a bunch of freshmen, and we saw that against TCU. Honestly, that experience matters. TCU almost took down U of A, and then U of A eventually fell to Houston. But that's why I thought UCLA had it this year, man.
Yeah,
they
I
had
could
the
see
experience. They were bringing everyone back. Man, I'm still sad about that.
I mean, they weren't far off, but at the same time, yeah, they can go up from here. No worries. But yeah, no, I think Houston-Villanova, that's a coin flip. I gotta give the edge to Villanova, but I wouldn't be surprised if Houston won. And of course, Kansas taking down Miami pretty handily there. So yeah, no, I think it's going to be Duke Villanova national championship.
Okay. I have to say, I'm looking up the line for North Carolina St. Peter's. How many points do you think North Carolina is favored by, Kade?
I know against
St. Peter was 12-point underdogs, I think.
Yeah, against
12
and a half, 12, somewhere around there
against Purdue. Yeah.
I'm gonna go up, notch it up to 15.
Wow. What if I told you the line's 7.5?
Sheesh.
Vegas is respecting St. Peter's. Wow. You know, I think their magic will end against North Carolina, but you have to respect what they've done. They don't look like a team going on a Cinderella run. They actually, I don't know.
No, they're playing good basketball.
They're playing good basketball. It feels like they know what they're doing. That coach, man, is he coaching for?
Oh yeah, Shaheen Holloway.
Yeah, he is coaching
good.
for a promotion for sure. Their defense is, they know how to play defense. They rotate, they press, they got different schemes. They switch up the defense, and then they have scorers somehow. They're undersized. Travion Williams was bullying them down low, but he just couldn't score at the end in that Purdue game. So I like North Carolina. I think they got too much size against the St. Peter's team, but wow, 7.5 points. That's telling you Vegas respects them.
I will say this. If St. Peter can pull it off and beat North Carolina, I mean, you've got to consider them as possible national championship run. I mean, I don't think it's gonna. Of course, I don't think it's gonna happen. I've said it plenty of times in the show, but you take down a team like Kentucky, you prove yourself against Murray State, you make a statement against Purdue. You are paving the way for an absolute. Would that
be something?
Yeah, exactly. It'd be insane. I mean, they're in the Elite Eight. That's pretty impressive in itself. I mean, that's a championship bet right there.
Yeah.
Put the banner up. But, yeah, again, I agree with you. I think North Carolina is going to handle them pretty well. But, yeah, no, so as I mentioned, I got Duke Villanova, my national championship, and I got Duke winning it all at this point.
Okay. I'll go UNC Villanova.
Okay.
I like UNC's size. They can score different positions. They got guard play, point guard play, and big play. The big dude with the beard was off last night, but
May?
Yeah. I'm sure he'll bounce back. Villanova, I just like how they play. They play boring basketball, but that's how you win sometimes.
Exactly. Jay Wright's won it that way there before, so they can do it again. So yeah, no, I mean it's gonna be fun. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention it too. We should be announcing the winner of the bracket challenge tomorrow after the Elite Eight, so we'll have to see how that turns out. I know one of my friends is in it. He's at number 1 right now, so I think he's kind of hoping that he stays in that number 1 spot. But we'll have to see. Again, like I said, we'll announce that tomorrow. Now switching over to from NCAA over to NBA, I think some of the biggest news coming out of the NBA right now is just the emphasis on New York. What's the word for it? Oh my God, lifting their COVID mandates.
Yep.
Kyrie's going to be able to play at home. Nets not having the season they're hoping for this season right now, but I mean, does Kyrie playing at home make any difference at this point?
I think the biggest, I don't know how much of a difference it makes because the Nets right now are 8-12 when Kyrie was playing. That's because of injuries. Kade was hurt. Kyrie's been playing off and on. I'm interested to see how Kyrie responds to this because what people don't realize is Kyrie, he hasn't been playing away, and he's putting up crazy stats. I think he had a 50-point game 3 games ago. He put up like 43 last week, and then he put up 38 2 nights ago. So he's putting up mad points, but he's getting rest. He's resting. That's what people don't realize is he's getting all these off nights. What happens when he has to start playing 4 games a week? And what's going on with Ben Simmons? Is Ben Simmons going to come back? When I look at this Nets team, I don't want to play them in the playoffs. I don't want to play Kevin Durant in the playoffs. But they're still a team with holes. I feel like it's Kyrie, KD on offense, and then a bunch of dudes. If Kyrie and KD is off one night, then they can't really do much outside of them. Just last night they lost to the Grizzlies. KD put up 35 and Kyrie put up 43. They lost by 12 points. No Seth Curry. That's a huge piece of their offense as well. But still, I don't think the East runs through the Nets. What about you, Kade?
Yeah, I will mention, I think if the Nets were to go into the playoffs as the number 7 seed, and I think that's it's shaping up to look as right now, 7 or 8 seed, I mean, as of now, we'll say 8 seed just because that's where they're at. I think they're going to sneak into the 7 spot. But, I mean, you're playing a Miami Heat team that obviously is going through some chemistry issues right now. I think that's a Miami Heat team that Brooklyn can beat, in my opinion. I think that's actually I think the Nets are playing the Heat tonight too, which is going to make it a little bit. 5:00 tonight. Nets Heat.
Wow, that's going to be a big game.
I know that's going to be fun to see. And again, like I said, if the Nets get that 8th spot, you're talking about getting a little preview of what we can see for the first round. And like I said, that Miami's the number 1 seed, but even then, you look at where they're at right now. Both Milwaukee and Philadelphia are half a game back. You have Boston, which is 1 game back. So you're talking about with 8 games left in the season, you might not even see the Miami Heat as the number 1 seed, which means the Nets could either be playing a team like the 76ers or the Bucks in the first round, which, let's be honest here, they've got good chances against a team like Miami, but they're not taking down a team like the Bucks or the Sixers right now.
They might take down the Sixers. I might take the Nets over the Sixers.
But I think it goes 7, but I think Sixers have it. But also, real quick, let's be honest here. Let's just say it is a Sixers Nets first round, what a storyline would that be? Like having Ben Simmons have to go back play in Philadelphia if he does end up playing, or just even sitting on the bench, he'll still be there. And then having Harden back in Brooklyn at the same time, it'd be a hell of a first. That
was meant to
round.
be.
I know exactly. So. Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, I feel like having Kyrie for those home games is going to make a massive difference. I just don't think it's going to make enough of a difference to kind of keep him afloat throughout the postseason. I mean, if they get lucky and they play Miami, that might be a first-round win for them. But after that, I think their magic runs out there, and I just don't. Just not this year, Maybe next year we can have a different conversation about this, but right now, just the Nets, with what they're going through, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they're catching the Heat at the right time if they match up with the Heat. The Heat, I think they're on a 3-game losing streak. Their coach and their star player just got into a fight on live national TV in the middle of the court. Kate, I've never seen something like that before. I can't think of anything like that. Have you?
Not like that. I mean,
that was bad.
That doesn't look good. I mean, you see players getting into it every once in a while. You see coaches and players getting into it, but I mean, I feel like when you're the number one team of the conference, that it just shows that chemistry isn't there the way it should be. So it's nothing I've seen in particular. But
and the Heat have like a culture like that. Haslam's been there for 15 years. It feels.
Yeah,
like.
Haslam was getting into it too.
Him and Jimmy Butler, they've always had dogs on that team, but that was another level where it was like Spoelstra was brushing it off in the press conference.
Oh yeah, no, he was trying to. Yeah.
But I feel like that was a sign of, they're kind of unraveling a little bit. And, this whole year I've said how just solid of a team they are. They got scoring off the bench. They got Bam down low, defensive anchor. Jimmy Butler, your number one. Duncan Robinson. They have Kyle Lowry, too. But after that, and they're just not playing good basketball at the right time. So I see them as a weak 1 seed, kind of like you. I agree with you, Kade.
No, yeah, I don't think they're going to keep that 1 seed. I mean, it just again for how well the Sixers and Bucks have been playing right now. I mean, you're even talking Boston. I think I'll give it to honestly for as of now, I'll give it to Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee's going to lock down that 1 seed. You might have the Sixers at the 2, but I think Miami might drop down to 3 or 4, honestly, at this point. I mean, and they might be doing themselves a favor by doing that, because if Miami goes up against a team like Chicago, I think they have a good chance against them to keep advancing. Even against Boston, Cleveland, possibly. I mean, you've got those teams that you do have solid chances with. I mean, you look at Toronto at the 7 right now, Brooklyn at the 8. I think those are 2 teams that you'd kind of be a little bit scared of if you're Miami. But
I wouldn't want to run into Boston.
Right now. And that's what I'm saying, though, is
Yeah.
that like if you can find your way to navigate down to one of those lower seeds, you can find a way to play a team like Chicago or Cleveland. And I mean, if you got that, you might be setting yourself up for a possible Eastern Conference final run. But again, it's those dogs in the East, the Sixers, the Bucks. I mean, the Celtics are playing fantastic basketball. You don't want to run into Jason Tatum on a good day.
No.
So. Yeah, that's going to play a major role in just the way that where Miami comes out, and of course, as I mentioned, it's also going to play a massive role in the way that you see the Brooklyn Nets play this postseason as well. So, I mean, at the end of the day, good to see Kyrie playing home games. At least it's happening at some point this season. But let's be honest here, it's not something that's going to make that big of a difference. You want to go into Fit of the Week?
Let's do Fit of the
Week.
Week.
All right.
Okay.
You won last week. I'll let you start off with this week.
Cool. All right. So, I'm rocking the polo today. So I had to pull out a fit with the polo. I'm going former Laker D'Angelo Russell, rocking a polo up top. Kind of gives me Kanye 2000s vibes.
Like that rugby style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
A little oversized. Kind of Yeezy vibes too, because it's like all torn up at the top. He's got the slacks matching the yellow and navy blue combo, man. That's just fire. And I think he's just rocking Stan Smith's down low, keeping it clean, keeping it classy. Kade, I don't know how I lose this one.
No, I was gonna say that's a solid one. I think I got you beat though. I mean, we're going Tyrese Halliburton on mine, the newest Indiana Pacer. Going top to bottom. I think those are the satin bread ones. From what I'm looking at, I mean, it's not that same material as the just typical bread ones that you see. It's kind of got that like glossier shade to it. So, I think those are the satin red ones. We've got just a nice pair of straight red jeans, maybe even leather pants. I think those are jeans, but they might. No, I think those are definitely jeans. You got the graphic tee on. You got he's going with red. He's got the black graphic tee with the red print on it, looking good, and of course the red Yankees hat. The trucker hat. So I think that's a good one.
Can I see the fit?
I got you.
Ooh, okay.
See, it's good.
Okay.
And you agree with those little satin reds?
Yeah.
Oh, the satin breads, my bad. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. But no, I think I got this one on lockdown. I got to get back into it, tie it up again. But yeah, make sure you vote on Instagram, Twitter at 94 Feet Show. If you haven't followed us yet, of course, follow us there. Keep in the loop with the Fit of the Week competitions, because remember, at the end of this semester, we might have one of us wearing some goofy outfits. So that'll be kind of funny. Okay, going to the fashion side of things. Of course, I've mentioned it once. It is a sneakerheads Christmas, Air Max Day.
Happy Air Max Day,
Oh, dude, I love Air Max Day. One of the best times of the year. Oh my God. But yeah, we're gonna go into to pay homage to the Air Max. We're gonna go into our top silhouettes, or not silhouettes,
Real
but
quick,
just
you
top.
want to talk about the Air Max that dropped this morning?
Oh yeah, we'll go into it. The Blueprint Air Max ones.
Yeah.
It's solid.
It's a really good shoe. I love how it is a blueprint. Like I love
Exactly.
when a sneaker has a story and you can tell that they didn't just throw random stuff together, which sometimes they do. I feel like Air Max Day, ever since 2019 when they released like that pack of like 5 sneakers.
Or even what was it? You remember the 2070s they had those like
No, I don't.
It's-
20. I don't like the 2070 silhouette. So
No, because I mean you have the 270s, which is
Yeah.
like one where you have the big sole in the back, but the 2070s, that's something
I honestly
different.
really don't like the 270s.
Yeah,
either.
they're overplayed too, or at least I thought they were.
I don't know how they picked up so much hype over the last couple of years, but I think this is the best Air Max release since they released that pack of designers from 5 different. There was like a designer in Shanghai, New York,
yeah,
LA, Japan, and they all released their own Air Max.
See, these are the 2070s.
Nah, I'm not
Yeah,
feeling
see,
it.
that's this. No.
So I think this is the best Air Max release since then. This is like a 10 out of 10 shoe for me.
You know, I'll say I like it. They also released the Bacons last year, so they got
okay.
those too. So
Bacon's no okay, I forgot. Okay.
last year was when
Okay.
they got. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good. All right, but you want to do like what top 3 best Air Maxes of all
Okay,
time?
we can do that.
All right, I'll let you go first again.
Okay, I'll start at number 3. I'm keeping it classy, kid. I was telling you yesterday I'm trying to pick these up. At number 3 for me, I got the Nike Air Max White Reds. Classic. Just a classic university red color. I feel like as a sneakerhead, you need to pick a pair of Air Max 1s. I don't have any right now. I'm trying to pick these up. But number 3, just the white and reds.
Yeah, no, I like it. I'll go with my 3 too. And one of the things that I love about the Air Max is they always just embody that 90s feel, you know. I didn't grow up in the 90s, you didn't grow up in the 90s, but at the same time, you know, we can still appreciate what they had. But yeah, so going with that 90s feel. My number 3 is going to go with the Air Max 95 OG in neon. I feel like that's, you know,
Classic, man.
exactly. I was going to say, I feel like the 97's got a lot of hype recently. I feel like that was one that a lot of people were wearing and still wear consistently, but I feel like a 95, a very similar silhouette, something that's, again, like I said, very similar, but different at the same time. And I feel like the neon green, that original colorway of it, is just a fantastic look in general. It's something I feel like, you know, you can rock with everything, you know. It's a sneaky one that you can rock with, you know.
I'm so glad you put this on the list, Cade. When I think of the 95s, I think of the neons instantly.
Exactly.
They're classic. You can still pick them up at Foot Locker, which I love. How if you want these, you can still get them for retail. And they're still a classic shoe. Like a sneakerhead's gonna know if you're rocking those. Like, oh, he knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, number 2 for me. Maybe I'm just a sucker for the Air Max 1, but I'm going the Para Nike collab dropped 2018. I want to say 2017. Just a crazy shoe, but everything just fits so well together on the shoe. They got the gray stripes, the pink swoosh with the light blue swoosh. The bottoms are all the colors on the shoe. Just a beautiful collab. Probably. Besides my number 1, this the second best Air Max collab.
Yeah, no, I like that one. That's a solid one. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it with the classics. Oh yeah, I like that one. I like what they did with the colors there.
Yep.
Again, trying to keep with the classics. Like I said, the 97s are a very popular silhouette, and that's going to be my number 2, and especially the silver bullet 97s. I feel like that's one that a lot of people really liked. I think when it comes to the 97s, everybody wants that pair of 97s. You know, it's just such a clean silhouette. You can't go wrong with that silver. Works with everything. Got those hints of red. I feel like when you think about the late 90s, the shoe embodies the late 90s so well. So yeah, I got to go with the Air Max 97 silver bullets.
You're picking all the classics,
I
kid.
know,
I
hey, that's
love
what
it,
matters.
man. I really love your list. And my number 1, it's also Air Max 97. You could probably guess what it is. The Sean Witherspoons.
Oh, how did I
man.
forget about that one?
One of my
the
grails-
97 ones.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
The 197s.
Yeah, 197, that's right.
Man, just a beautiful shoe. It's super hyped. I mean, when this was releasing a couple years ago, the hype around it was crazy. They finally re-released it, I believe, a year later. Resale's still going crazy. I probably will never get my hands on it.
No way. Yeah, me
But
neither. It's all right though.
That's my favorite Air Max of all time.
All right, I'm not sure. No, I'm not gonna call this a little biased. This has always been one of my favorite Air Maxes. I gotta go with the Air Max 90, the very first Air Max to drop. I'm going with the Air Max 90 Bacon. You know, you got great colorways in that one. You've got the reds, you got the pinks, the browns. It's just such a great looking shoe. And I feel like just in general with the Air Max 90 silhouette, I mean, that's a classic silhouette. It's a good-looking silhouette. I think that's probably in my opinion, I think it's the best silhouette of all Air Maxes. It's such a classic shoe. Tinker went off with these shoes. They look fantastic. They look good. It's a shoe that I remember picking up. I was a little bit worried about picking them up just
How'd you
because
pick them up? Sneakers?
No, StockX. I had to.
StockX,
But I
okay.
mean, they're not going too bad on StockX. That's the reason why. And I give this shoe a lot of love. Like I said, like the material is just so good. The way it looks on foot is just so good. Everything just it's. I can talk about this shoe for days. I'm not going to. We got more stuff to talk about. But
Hey, you're just going off on the '90s shoes. Like,
100%.
Bacons,
I was
man,
gonna say
classics.
like the classics. See, that's the thing about the Air Maxes. I feel like I said, they just embody that '90s feel. They embody that era where, I mean, you had Jordan Jordan dominating the '80s. I feel like the Air Maxes were that one lifestyle shoe that kind of, you could argue, probably brought people into the sneaker game, you know. So I feel like that's something that was, there's Air Max Day for a reason, plain and simple. That's what it's about. All right, to finish it off today, we'll talk about Nike's partnership with Kobe, one that I feel like people were kind of concerned about, because I know there was some talk about the Kobe Bryant Nike partnership going away. They finally bringing it back. How you feel about this?
Hallelujah.
Yeah, no,
I wish I could give the birdie to all the resellers right now. I'm not gonna do it. Just I don't know. But man, finally, this is what Kobe fans wanted. You know, before he passed away, he was re-releasing the Protro 4s. I remember, and resale wasn't going crazy on them. And then he passes away. His contract ends. Resale just goes through the roof on all Kobe's across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Diehard fans weren't able to cop the pairs they wanted. They weren't re-releasing the Protros anymore. Hopefully, this means they're bringing back some of the Kobe 1s, maybe.
Oh, those
maybe
would be
some
nice.
4s. I'd like to see maybe I know they just re-released the Grinches, but I want to see the Grinches again. I want to see Kobe 5s. I just want to see more Kobe's, man. You know, I feel like Kobe would want this. He would want his fans rocking his shoes that he rocked. I can't be happier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think when it comes to just NBA basketball and what you see on court, Kobe's are the shoe that you see the most often. I feel like it's the best looking silhouette out there, you know? I mean, I know LeBron's got some nice shoes out there, KD. I mean, there's a lot of shoes that are out there, but when it comes to just a classic, reliable, just overall great shoe, it comes down to the Kobe's, and it's good to see that they're actually getting that partnership back again. I'm happy to see that we're going to see more Kobe's out there, hopefully. And if you're not aware of it, the first Kobe that I think they're dropping with that pack, or not with that pack, but with the partnership, is one that kind of got some attention a few months back, but it's the Mambacita Sweet 16. So they're going to be releasing it on Gigi's 16th birthday. And I mean, you look at this shoe, it's, again, like I said, it's a shoe that a lot of people, I think, were really highly anticipating. Wasn't able to get their hands on it just because, I mean, I think Nike went through with that without having any connection with, or talking to Vanessa and the family. But now we're actually going to be able to see it.
Man, the Kobe 6s, I love the snake skin on these. I want to go back to what you were saying. Kobe's the best basketball performance sneaker, Kade?
Oh, 100. Yeah. You know, for how many people are rocking it and for how it's stood the test of time so far. Not too much time, but still, like, enough. Yeah, no, I think it's definitely one of the top basketball shoes in history.
Man, going back to the shoe again, Kade, I'm so glad. This is, like, the perfect shoe to release. Like, this is the first perfect Kobe to release. Man,
especially
the
with
Mambacita,
exactly.
wow.
Especially with the renewed partnership, I feel like that's the one you want to release. You know?
Nike's doing everything right after they were screwing it up for sure.
Exactly. So I mean, that's just, again, it's a good looking shoe. It pays homage to Kobe. It pays homage to his family and all that. And I think that's the most important part about that shoe, and that's what makes it so good, in my opinion. You're going to see NBA players and hopefully even some other just maybe some other hoopers. They rock with it. All right, that'll be the end of our show today. We thank you for tuning in. If you haven't followed us on any of the social medias, follow 94 Feet Show on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Not Snap.
Yeah, no, not Snap, not Facebook. And then also subscribe to us on YouTube. Of course, happy Air Max Day. We hope you have a wonderful Saturday, and we will see you next Saturday.
Yes, sir. Make sure to hit that like button, show some love, subscribe, and turn on post notifications.
And if you haven't followed us on any social media yet, follow 94 Feet Show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you.